What's up, my good people? This is Joey Young, and today we're talking about how to keep going when the going gets tough. You've had a dream, you've had a goal for a while. You want to build a business, you want to upgrade your career, you have a professional goal, you have something you want really badly, and you've been working towards it for a while, but it's not panning out. You're not getting the results you want, and you're thinking, how is this not working? I've been trying so hard, I've tried so many things. I felt like this would be easier. I don't understand what's going on, what I'm doing wrong. Is it me? Is it something I'm doing? And it's just a mess. And I've been there, and it sucks. So how do we get out of this quagmire of believing that we'd be somewhere in our lives, but we're not there yet? And how do we keep going with optimism, with energy, with excitement? Every single day to get up and to put into work, even when we don't see the results of our work yet. I have 3 ideas for you today, and I'm really excited to share them with you because I know they'll help you break through this barrier you're facing. And the first idea is that endurance is actually who you listen to. Endurance is mostly made up of who we're allowing to speak into our lives. The brain, you see, is kind of like a farm. Whatever you seed and whatever you cultivate, that's what will be in your brain. So if you're seeding and you're cultivating thoughts that are rooted in fear, rooted in doubt that things will work out, rooted in your lack of ability to figure things out, over time, that's going to be what's flourished. That's going to be the weeds that grow up and tangle the fields of your dreams, because you're thinking and you're meditating and you're tolerating the things that hold you back. The self-talk that says, man, what if this happens? What if I actually don't have what it takes? What if I tried this and it failed, so that means I'm not really meant for this? Those types of thoughts. Instead, we need to focus our brain on something that's actually helpful. Like, when's the last time you had a conversation with a friend who was in the trenches with you, fighting to do something important and meaningful in their lives themselves, and you could just share, like, hey, like, this sucks. I thought I'd be here right now. I thought I'd be at this place in my life. I thought I'd be at this place in my career, and I'm not. And you know, I'm not saying I'm quitting. I need you to understand that, like, this is disappointing. This is real. And they're like, yeah, absolutely. I feel the same way. I'm working towards this, and it's kind of disappointing to see how slowly this is going. You know, that sort of conversation. Are you cultivating that? Are you cultivating stories in your brain about people who have gone before you and accomplished great things and helped people because they believe they had the ability to figure it out? Are you filling your brain with those sorts of words? Or are you filling your brain with a late night lying in bed staring at the ceiling, worst case scenario thinking? Are you tolerating that? Because that for you might need to be cut right now. And instead, you need to cultivate other environments, other words, other people speaking into your life. So that's the first big idea. The second one is, it's time to ask for help. If you're struggling, it's time to ask for help, my friend. If you have asked when's the last time you asked somebody, like, hey, I really don't understand how this works. Would you help me understand what's going on here? Or maybe, like, hey, I'm actually new at this. Could you start at the beginning and just explain it to me like I'm a 5th grader? I would really appreciate it. Like, that sort of talk is not something you hear very often, but it's so helpful because, first of all, it gives you permission to be a beginner, which is totally fine, no matter how old you are or how experienced you are. And second of all, people actually want to help people who are humble enough to ask for help, who are humble enough to ask for the advice. You see, pride can kill your progress. You know, you might be actually even asking the right questions to the right people, but if deep down you're thinking to yourself, I'm not sure I'm going to do it that way. I don't think I'm going to change what I'm doing here. I'm not going to adjust my approach because you, for whatever reason, have this pride in your heart. That will kill your progress. What's also going to kill your progress is trying to reinvent the wheel. You know, you're getting good advice from other people who have gone before you and done whatever you're trying to accomplish for a long time. And you're like, I'm not sure about that. I'm going to try it this way. And if you've been trying it this way for months or years and it's not panning out, it's time to actually stop trying to reinvent the wheel and do it their way, and to literally copy the way that other people have done it before you, because they have gotten results and they are farther in the journey. So it's time to listen to them. So that might be the shift you need to make, is lay down the pride, act as a beginner, and start doing things that other people who have gone before you are doing, and doing it their way. That could create a real breakthrough for you right now. Okay, and then the third big idea here today is one that I think is actually might be the most important. And that's that we need to fall in love. We need to fall in love with the process. You see, nothing we do to accomplish our greatest goals and dreams in our lives is going to matter if we don't actually enjoy the journey to get there. You know, the only reason we're striving so hard to build something great, to achieve a goal, to create a business, grow our career, the only reason we want to do that is because we believe that it'll be worth it. And why would it be worth it if we are struggling and suffering and hating the process? So cultivate a love for the process and watch yourself excel in the results. Because people who enjoy the process get the results. You've heard Steve Jobs say it before. You gotta love what you do, and you just gotta figure out what it is that you really enjoy doing. And that has two pieces. That has how you think about what you're doing and what you're actually doing. So if you're sure that what you actually want to be doing, that what you're doing right now is what you actually want to be doing, you need to shift the way you think about it. Because you can be doing exactly what you need to be doing and building towards the goals you really do want, but just doing it in the wrong way. And so you need a mindset shift. You don't need to change what you're doing. You need to change the way you think about it. So that's okay. That's a really powerful shift you can make if you're thinking to yourself, you know, I'm building this thing that really is important to me. Like, I know I want it. Like, it's authentic. It's what God has spoken to me about having and accomplishing. But you're still struggling with the process. It's time to change the way you think about the process. I'll give you a story. I was back in the beginning of my coaching career. I started out with a membership program, and it was like a live monthly training with worksheets and stuff and guest speakers. And I did that for a while, but after about 6 months, I started feeling like a sense of dread every month when I started to, get set up for the next month's live training. And I thought about it for a few months, and I was like, why do I not look forward to this? This should be fun. I'm starting a business here. If I'm not enjoying it, I'm just basically creating another job for myself, right? And so I stopped the program. I said, you know what? I'm not in the coaching industry to have a membership program. I have a membership program so I can be a coach. So I'm going to do something different. And then I pivoted business models and did something different. And now I'm in a different place, and I'm having much more fun with the content I create and the programs I have. So it's okay to adjust things, but it's also okay to do the same thing, but just shift your thinking towards it if you know what you're doing is what you should be doing. Okay, so remember, endurance is who you listen to. You need to ask for help. Lay down your pride, start copying people who've gone before you, and you need to really start loving the process. There's a great book about that, by the way, Seth Godin's The Practice. Highly recommend it if you want to dig into that concept of loving the process. But really embrace these things. Watch yourself start to look forward to work the next day. Watch the results start to trickle in as you actually start to enjoy what you're doing and actually feel optimistic about the future. It's amazing what can happen once you stop feeling the fears and marinating in the worst case scenarios. And I believe that you have this, my friend, in the bag. You have already accomplished your goal. It's just a matter of keeping going towards it in the future. So believe this stuff. You can do it. I'm in your corner. I'm rooting for you. And remember, you're doing better than you think, and you're worth more than you know. I'll see you next time. Hey, if you like this video, I know you're gonna love the free weekly Supercycle Method training linked in the description below. It's a course that I created to help you to finally get control of your to-do list, get rid of the overwhelm you feel right now, and to finally carve out that space in your week to accomplish that really important goal that you've had for a while. Whether it's to upgrade your career, start or grow your business, or maybe just develop that skill you've wanted to develop. The weekly Supercycle Method is a weekly planning course to help you to get all of that done while not increasing the overall hours you worked. It's a really awesome system. I know you'll love it. Click the link in the description. I'll shoot an email over to you with a link to it right now. And did I mention it's free? It's totally free to you. And hey, like and subscribe to this video if you enjoyed this. That'll help spread the message here to other people on this platform. And take a moment to share this video with 3 of your friends. Just grab the link to the video and shoot it in a text. Say, hey, I really enjoyed this. Check it out. You know, nothing better than loving on your friends with some great free content on personal and professional development. So take a moment to share this video with 3 of your friends. And hey, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support.